Is everybody ready?
Look at the baby. I miss my Oreo. I'm ready.
Where's Steph?
Oh yeah, are we doing this without Stephanie? Because I'm down. I'm ready. Can you sit on the mic? Let's go, Steph. Got dropped. It's your favorite primas. We're here.
Favorite primas.
It's your favorite prima. What am I supposed to say?
Welcome back to the Prima Tapes. Myself, Vivian, and Stephanie are here.
Geminis. The Geminis are taking over today.
Oh, yes,
Finally, we got rid of them.
I love you guys.
Just kidding.
We love our Virgo and
Look, I'm
Pisces,
even wearing my
Primas.
Gemini shirt right here.
All the Primas are honorary Geminis.
Yes.
But there's only 3 real Geminis.
Yes.
So you've heard us get pretty deep and personal by now on everywhere you get your podcasts and YouTube, and also clips are on TikTok and everything. But we talked a lot about heartbreak and the rough things we've been through, right? And always with struggle like that comes reinventing yourself. So I'm going to pass it on to Stephanie to introduce our guest today.
Yes. So this guest today I hold her so dear to my heart. I'm so glad that I have had the pleasure for her to come in my path and in my life. We definitely went through young pregnancies together. She always makes me laugh with all her stories. Like, I just feel like anytime I'm around her, I'm just like crying of laughter. I feel like sometimes I'm in shock, but she just like heals any sadness I ever have because she just always has the best funny stories. She's my gym muse, my body positive inspiration, a woman who understands what self-love is, and she definitely always reminds me of who the fuck we are, which are beautiful women. She's a big booby club woman as well. She's always reinventing herself. Miss Meagan Miller, welcome.
Welcome to the show.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Meagan. I'm a Leo. Currently, I am in a relationship. I have 3 little boys. I have a 15-year-old and I have twins. They're 3 years old. They're little boys.
Oh my gosh.
And I know Stephanie because she was with one of my cousins, and fortunately she was cool and nice and everything, and I was able to get along with her. We got
Not
along.
the Stephanie I know.
She was super nice and super funny, and we just like got along really well.
Yes.
And so, I mean, now we're friends. So
You know that they say that Geminis and Leos are soulmates?
shut up.
Yeah, for reals.
Shout out my Leo friends. I love Leos.
Do you feel like you follow like astrology like that? Like, do you feel like everything about a Leo like is you?
In a lot of ways, yeah, I do. I feel like, I mean, there's certain things that are like, I mean, that they try to make like kind of negative, like, oh, you get like attention and all that stuff, but I really just feel like it's just like that's just
Like, I don't ask for it. It just like comes to me, like, you know?
like,
They just demand attention, but not like
yeah, like I don't
just
feel like, I think people take it like in the wrong way, like, oh, like she just wants like a little bunch of, but I don't feel like I'm like out there like doing the most, you know. I just feel like
I
you know,
mean,
people
your
gravitate towards me and
Your
stuff.
son did get YouTube famous, so that seems like a lot of
You gotta
attention.
record your
It's
kids because
genetic.
sometimes they just do shit. Sometimes you're like, what the hell? And you get it on video, and yeah, he ended up on Tosh.0, ESPN, ridiculousness, and I made some money from it, so it was nice. I was like, do something else.
get them working young.
Do it again. What was your, like, because I know me and you, obviously we were both pregnant like pretty young. You know, we both disappointed our families. I'm just kidding.
He's like, I hear they come again. Like big old bellies.
But were you scared at all? How old were you when you had Jaden?
I was 19. I got pregnant when I was 18, and I was actually I don't really feel like I was super scared. I think I did it like more to rebel against my dad, because my dad was so like, you're not gonna go anywhere, like all through high school, like you don't wear makeup, you don't do this, you don't do that, like if you want to go out, like you got to be home at this time. So I feel like it was more like a rebellious thing that I was, I was trying to prove a point, and then I did it, and then I had the kid, and I was like, this is not a good idea. Like, no, this was the dumbest idea ever.
Wait, so you did it on purpose?
Like, I feel like I was, like, I didn't care if I got pregnant. Like, I wasn't trying to prevent it or anything. Careless. I was just like, I'm gonna have a kid, and like, you're not gonna be able to tell me what to do anymore. And now, like, then the kid was telling me what to do, and I was like, oh.
I mean, he was paying the bills.
True. After a while, yeah. 6 years later, it was about time.
Living rent free.
I know.
So, did you have any like hardships like being a young mom?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that I was always pretty like positive about everything. Like I was just trying to go. But I think what I also did is like I was trying to take a lot of shortcuts too. So I was like, I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna take this amount of time, and then I can move to this. And I don't feel like anything ever worked like the way that it was supposed to. Even now, I'm kind of like, what the fuck? But it did give me like motivation to like push me. But obviously, I mean, I was probably like 20, and I was already like by myself with the kid. He had already like done a bunch of things, and it was just me with my kid, and it was
like single mom.
Yeah. So that's what happened. Like I got left with a kid.
You just had to figure it out by yourself. Basically.
So that's what I was doing. Like I had my dad in this year. Like you gotta work, and then I had the kid. Like okay, but who's gonna take care of the kid? And luckily I had my grandma at that time, so she helped me a lot with that. But yeah, I mean, I still struggle. He's 15 now, and I'm just like, it's just like a whole new struggles. You're just like,
do you ever trip out because you ever feel like you're still young?
Yes, I feel like I'm super young, and he's looking at me like, you're so cringe. I'm cringe? Like, I'm cool. You don't even know. Like, you don't even know how cool I am, dude. Just a cool individual. I might not be a cool mom, but I'm cool. My friends think I'm cool.
So does he get like embarrassed of you like in front of his friends?
No, like I'll drop him off, and he's like bye mom. Like he's giving me a kiss, and all his little friends are like, Jane, your mom, and he's like, shut up, like don't be talking about her, like I'm like, you think your mom's hot? He's like, mom, shut up, I don't want to say that, but yes, they do. I recently just caught him on his birthday. The whole freaking house smelled like weed. So I go in there, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And he came out of his room trying to be like, don't go in there. And I'm like, why does it smell like that? He's like, smell like what? What does it smell like? I'm like weed. And I go in, and they're all like staring at me, and I was just like, he didn't look high, so I don't know if it was just like the other little boys, because I've seen him stoned, and he was like, couldn't talk. His fucking words were in slow motion, like, what are you talking about? Like, so he did not seem like that. So I didn't really punish him, but I told them, like, I'll kick all your asses. I'm gonna tell your mom when they come pick you up. And I didn't tell on them. Like, I didn't know what to do. What would you have done? Would you have told their moms?
I probably would have told their moms.
I don't know what I would have done.
I'm like, well, I was like, you're always welcome at my house, but don't
like if you saw your brother Noah at this age, would you feel like you would tell your mom?
No. I'm very afraid to be a mom, because I feel like my brothers can do no wrong in my eyes. My cat can do no wrong in my eyes. Like, if I have a baby, if that's my baby, I'm gonna defend them and protect them at all costs, even if it might be bad for them. So I don't know.
And then you're not
It's
protecting
hard.
them.
I know, but I mean, I'm gonna talk to them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm so like, I wouldn't want to cause them any kind of trouble or harm or.
I feel like that's how it is, like being a mom. Like I feel like you want to like protect them as much as possible, but then sometimes you also those things are the hard part. You know what I mean? Like, because I know my sister would protect Mia, like she has. Like I always find things out in little lies, like about Mia drinking or something.
Oh, that wasn't me.
But you knew. and you didn't tell me. But Vivian always says that it's like payback. Because actually, I feel like I was like that since I was young. When I was 21, she was 19. And she would always be like, can you buy me beer? And I'm like, nope. I'm not going to be buying beer. Like, because I was always so fearful. Like, what if something happens to her? Like, I'm like, was always paranoid like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I know it's a tough conversation or like it sucks. And like, but then she would always make fun of me. She's like, don't worry. You can get your payback. I'm going to buy Mia all the beer.
She did not lie.
Oh, I've never bought me alcohol.
That's because Mia's an angel. She would never.
No,
she would never ask me.
She's your child. She would never.
She would never.
Okay.
No, I guess that's different. Like, I wouldn't put them in harm's way but like smoking in the house.
That's how I felt. Like for one, like he didn't look high. He didn't seem high or nothing. So I was like, well, I mean, if it's your friends and you're here, like, I don't want to smell that anymore. Don't bring that into my house. You're always welcome here, but do not bring that here, you know, because next time I will tell your mom. You're always welcome here. And they were all like, I'm sorry. The next morning, they were still, like, apologizing and stuff. And it's just, like, I don't know. I think about myself at that time, like, what? Like, I wouldn't even have, like, I got caught and... I mean, I wasn't like punished forever, you know. It was just like, don't be doing that, you know. And it's just like, obviously that wasn't his first time, but he didn't look high to me, so I would just kind of just let it go.
Do you feel you're like that because your dad was so strict on you?
Yes.
Because I feel like sometimes it's weird how sometimes we'll be opposite. Because I feel like my mom was so nonchalant. Like, I feel like, not to say that she was naive, but sometimes I really think my mom didn't think we were out there doing all these things. Like, at least for me, because I feel like I was.
That's because I wasn't doing any of that stuff. You were though,
and I think that's why I'm so paranoid of like of Mia, because I'm just like, sure, you're going there. That's what I used to like. I used to like. I will do that, and like
I've
even
heard that one.
And, like even her dad will tell me, he's like, she's definitely not you. First of all,
yeah, like she doesn't have the same vibes you had as a teenager.
Yeah, like for sure.
Stephanie was a freaking 15-year-old grown-ass adult. Like she was out
like
there
you.
like
That's gonna be
on
Mia.
her grind, like coming home exhausted and running the damn streets.
No, but I was a bad kid, and I think sometimes that's why I'm like I'll show up. Like Mia has her location on, and I'll just show up because I want her to know at any given moment I will appear.
She's always like, I'm still not
So I
doing
feel like
anything.
I want her to be like scared like that. Like, nah, my mom's gonna come at any moment.
She's
like,
all cracking open chapter 12.
yeah, but I feel like because I remember all the stuff I was getting like away with. Like I was having like, you know, unfortunately I was like having sex. I had a boyfriend. I was like smoking pot. Like, so I just am so paranoid like about all of that, you know, because you always want your kids to be better than you. So I feel like I was paranoid. That's why I was wondering like,
Well, I was doing those things too, but I couldn't do them often, you know. So my dad would be like, you need to be home at this time. And I would be like, okay. I'll be home in an hour. Sure, it's going to take me an hour to get there. So by the time I would, you know, get to the place, I was like, should never let me out. And I would just run wild, do everything, like drink, smoke, I was having sex. Like, everybody was just like, yeah, I gotta make it worth it. And then he would like, I would get home the next day early in the morning, and he would like, you're grounded. And for months I would be grounded months and months, and I was just like,
that's why you went crazy, because you knew already.
I'm like, I'm about to go to jail for this. I'm about to be locked up. And that is exactly why I'm like that with Jaden, because I told him like, I feel like I didn't experience so many things because my dad was like, no. Like, I think my dad, because he was crazy, and he was like, you're a girl. Because when it came to my brother, he could go. My brother didn't want to go, but he had that privilege. He could go whenever he wanted. So now I'm just like, I want you to do, like, don't fuck up. Just be good. You're gonna try things. You're gonna experiment with things. But be honest with me. If you need me to go get you, I'll go get you. I will get all fucking, I don't care who's there. I'll get everybody's kids and take them wherever. Just don't mess up, you know? Like, I'm giving you the freedom to go out there. But if you start doing things that are just, like, way out of line, then of course I have to, like, bring you back in. But I just want him to experience everything. And I feel like I wouldn't because I was afraid to ask, or I just flat out couldn't go. So if I want him to do that, I want him to experience every single thing that I didn't get to.
Or maybe not be so scared of you or feel like, oh my God, I can't tell.
Even till this day, when I found out I was pregnant that day, I was like, I'm running away. Literally, like, I'm leaving. Like, fuck, I can't tell him. Like, even though I did it, like, kind of on purpose, I was like, I'm out of here. He's gonna kill me.
Did he?
Well, he didn't kill me, but
Oh, okay.
he hated that guy. He hated Jaden's dad. Like, he was like, no, you're not. And he was 100% right. He was not a good guy to be with, you know? But I was just like, if you would have let me see all the things that I needed to see in him, because I didn't even spend enough time with him to have many conversations. I mean, we were just...
You're like, we weren't talking, that's for sure.
I needed more time. I was on a time crunch.
I had to be home by 8.
Like, fuck. I'm already drunk. I can't talk to you. We gotta get this over with real quick. Time constraint.
You see, parents, that's what happens when you're strict. They don't even talk anymore. They go straight to it.
Let them do it at your house then. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Part of being a woman, I think sometimes, especially being a mom, we get lost in the mom life, right? And I feel like sometimes we forget that, like, we're a woman. Like, we have needs. Like, there's things that we should be doing all the time, and we do get lost in it. Like, sometimes being a mom is like a 24/7 job, right? So let's talk a little bit about, like, womanhood. First, I want to know, like, what is, like, your crazy, funny sex story?
I don't think I have any like crazy or funny ones that I can think of, but when I was going to Western Tech, and I had these friends. We were in the medical assistant program, so like a waste of time. But I did meet a lot of cool people, and there was this girl, and she was like, I'm gonna go have sex. And I'm like, what do you mean you're gonna go have sex? She goes, yeah, I'm gonna come in late. And then she comes back all proud with $100 bill. She's all like, look what I just did. And I'm like, where did you get that from? And she's like, I went to go have sex for $100. I was like, what? And then my other friend was like, every time we would go out, you know, like, there was somebody getting something from her, you know, like, so I was like, what the hell? Like,
So she was like a prostitute?
no, she wasn't.
Well, she didn't get paid for sex, but I mean,
No, that one with $100, obviously. I mean, I've never been paid no money for sex, and she came back all proud, like,
We're doing it
for
wrong.
the $100 bill. I was like, what the hell? But the other one, it was just like, you know, they were all talking about like one night stands, like, oh, you gotta have a one night stand, and I was like, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I like sex, but to go have sex with a stranger, like, no, like, I don't even know you. Like, I don't even feel...
have you done that?
No. So this was the story. So I was like, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna have a one night stand. That was my goal for the night. Because they were literally like, you don't even, like, there's guys looking at you and you don't even pay attention. I'm like, because I'm here to get drunk. I didn't come here to bang anybody. Like, they could buy me as many drinks as they want, but I came here to get drunk. That's why I'm here. Like, there's no other reason. So that night I was like, I guess that's gonna be my goal today. I'm gonna go have sex with a stranger. So we're like in these warehouse like parking lots, and I was already like, okay, it's kind of weird. Like, we're in my car, my grandpa's little green Honda. We were in that
Who's we? Like your friends?
No, me and this guy.
Oh,
We're like, we're gonna go. Like, I was like, we're gonna go. You know, he's like, I'm leaving tomorrow back to California. He was in the military. I was like, perfect. So we get there, and I was like, in my mind, I'm like, if you just close your eyes and like just do it, like, it's just, you know, it's just another thing up there, you know, you've already had stuff up there before, like, what's the big deal? But he turned around and he was like, suck my dick. And I was like, excuse me? Like, sir, I don't even know your name. You want me to put your thing in my mouth? And he's like, oh, okay. Like, I guess he realized, like, I just like, oh my God, you know? He's like, no, never mind. Just, you know, just sit on. Just come on. Just come on. No, you're telling me to sit on it. like sat back down to my seat. I'm like, I can't do this. She's like, what do you mean you can't do this? I'm like,
He's all, I'm already done.
dude, I was just like, no, you're asking me for way too many things. I don't even know you. I don't know your name. I know
You're like, you can stick it out my vagina, but me in my mouth? No, absolutely not. I draw the line.
That was 100% the thing. I was like, no, I'm not gonna let you. I don't even know, where were you yesterday? I don't know. And he was like, I'm gonna go back home tomorrow. And I was like, well, go have sex with somebody over there. Like, I'm not. And he's like, really? You're not gonna do it? I'm like, no. And I left him there in the parking lot. Like, he had to call his friends.
Oh my God.
As you should.
I was just like, couldn't do it. And so I went back to school and everybody was like, oh, waiting for my story. And I'm like, couldn't do it. Until this day, like, I cannot have a one night stand. Like, I have to have like a connection with you.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise nothing's gonna be happening down there. It's just not getting excited. She doesn't know you. No, not happening.
Do you feel like sucking someone's dick is more intimate than having sex?
Yes, for sure. Like, I feel like when that's your face on their genitals, like, that's totally
It's too personal.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah, it's pretty personal. I think.
That's how I feel about kissing.
Yeah,
Like, that's how I feel like. I feel like I'm more
Have you
opposite
ever had
people.
one night stands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But you know, but I am like you. Okay, so I feel like I did it just because I don't know, like, because I am a lot like that. But maybe it's because I've always been in like relationships. Like, I feel like I'm always that girl, like, that's always in a freaking relationship, like, one right after the other. You know, because I feel like I have like a friend that'll be like, no, I don't care. Like, it's just sex. Like, you
I
have
have
needs.
friends. All my friends are
Yeah, I'm like, you have needs and all this, and I'm just like, you're right. And maybe I just don't know because I felt like so guilty, like so shitty.
Yeah.
I really did, but maybe I need to have more. And I'm just kidding.
No, I think if it's coming from you and you want to, then good for you. If you don't feel good about it,
Don't do it, yeah.
Don't do
Yeah,
it,
and
right?
I remember I even spent the night like at his house, and then like I remember when I woke up in the morning, his thing is like by my hand, and I was just like, oh. I felt instant guilt, instant regret. Like, I don't know why. Like, and I remember because I feel like he was like, I want to kiss you, and I'm like, absolutely not.
Now you're going overboard.
Like, to me, I felt like you kiss someone you like love or like really, really care about. Like, so I know for a fact, like, I'm like, I don't think I could like have one night
And
stands.
that's the difference between me, because when I was in my 20s, anybody who wanted a kiss, I'll give you one. Girls, guys, everybody. Like, I would be in one part of the bar and then I'd go to the back and I'd be with somebody else. Like, that's pretty gross though. Everything
have one.
around you is but sex, no.
Have you ever had a relationship with a girl?
No, I've never had a relationship with a girl.
Like,
But,
just
I mean,
kissing?
I had a threesome one time with.
Really? That was out of all the sex stories?
You say you didn't have a crazy sex life.
All right.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. They're not like. I think like the best threesome would be with somebody that you love. You know, because you love that person, but then at the same time, it's like.
Why are you looking at?
I know, like, what, excuse me? Why are you looking at her? Why are you looking at her vagina? Why are you looking at his wiener, bitch? So it's like, I would want to do it with my person, but I'm kind of just like, I don't know if I could. Like,
Let's go back to this threesome. So, was this like you and a partner, or like a couple came to you?
It was a couple, and it wasn't really actually anything, really. It was just kind of us there, kind of like trying to do something, but nothing really happened. So that was like really nothing, you know. And then another time, it was just
Leo's.
I want everyone to know that at the beginning, she's like, I have no crazy sex stories. Well, threesome number 2 right now.
There's another Saturday night.
no, it's because we were.
It's not embarrassing.
No, the other one I was just super wasted, and it was just happening. She took her clothes off, I took my clothes off, he took his clothes off, and next thing you know, we're just there. I'm like, what the hell?
But you knew
Why are you
these
doing
people.
back there? Why are you not? Yeah. I did.
Do you still know them to this day?
The girl, I don't know what happened to the girl, but the guy, he's
So
married.
you broke them up. Just kidding.
No. They weren't together either.
No, this was last week.
I don't know. It just was not as great as you think it's gonna be. You know, I think what would make it better is being like with your person.
See, I
But
feel
at
like
the
I'm
same
such
time-
a territorial person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I could not. I feel like it has to be like. I feel like for me the best situation is like two guys, for sure. Or if it is a guy and a girl, I feel like I just have to be like the main focus. Like
I'm
you're
the
gonna-
main piece right here.
Yeah, like you guys are obsessed with me. Let's get
I
that
need to be
clear.
equally attracted to both. I feel like, because then it's not like any kind of twosome, you know.
And I said last time, like, what if I end up out of the thing?
That's exactly
Just there, like,
You want me to hold the camera?
That looks pretty good over there.
How's that feel?
Y'all just petting their head.
You guys need anything?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like with a connection, the sex would be better because you're connected with each other. But I don't feel like I could. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, get off my man. But then with other people, I don't even feel like I could. Like, especially now, like, I don't want to be having sex with strangers.
Oh yeah. Do you feel like you're toxic then, like in a relationship?
No, actually, I don't feel like that. I feel like I don't want to be with anybody where I feel like I have to, like, I have that desire to go through your phone. Like, I like my space. So if you want to go out and I don't want to go out, like, go out. Like, I don't want to have to be there, like, with you every second or every time you go out because I don't want you to do nothing, you know? And if it's already there, like, then we shouldn't be together. If I get those vibes, then I can be toxic. Like, I mean, I smacked my baby daddy because he was just like, I was sick of his shit, you know, and I was throwing his clothes out, he started throwing my clothes out, and I was like, what? Like, none of us be living here. Yeah, I can throw your shit out, don't throw my shit out. Like, I don't think I'm toxic though. I do not like to argue.
Yeah.
I freaking hate it. Like, if you're gonna, like, if you want to talk to me and we're gonna listen to each other, let's do that. But if you're just we're gonna be yelling, no, I'm gonna hang up on you. I'm gonna put you on do not disturb and I'll talk to you later. You know? I don't like that at all.
That's growth.
Yeah, that's growth right there.
The arguer.
That's not the Megan I knew once.
No. And when I was in my 20s, I was just telling the guy that I'm seeing now, I'm like, I kind of like that toxic like this. I had a boyfriend and he would like drag me out of bars. Like when he would see me like by my hair, like drag me like out of the freaking bars. And then I'd get to the car and I'm like, I'm going home with you. Like, thanks for taking me out of there. My friends would have never let me leave.
You know what's best for me.
I love you.
That's why I love you, babe. Like, yes, like he would. Anytime he would see me, I'd be all fucked up. And nope. And he was like big tattoos. Like nobody would do nothing. And he's like literally grabbing me, pushing me. And we'd get to the car, and I'm like, can you put my seatbelt on? Let's go. Like I was ready to go with him. Like it was kind of like having that breakup to make up stuff, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I liked it back then. But now I'm like, no. I don't wanna be fucking fighting with you all the time. And you're not gonna drag me out of a bar. I'm not gonna drag you out of no bars. Like,
So, what do you feel like is the best relationship you've ever had, or even what was your worst relationship?
I think that all my serious relationships have been pretty bad. They all had cheating. There was like physical abuse. And I think the relationship I'm in right now is really like totally different. Like he doesn't seem like he would give that type of relationship, but he's so good like in so many ways, and I'm just like, wow. Like even if we don't stay together forever, like he just showed me like a different level to like how a man can be, you know. And I feel like he's just very different. He has a lot of similarities to them, and he has his own things going on, but when it comes to like me and him, especially now that we've been together already for like over a year, it's like we're just like we communicate with each other more, we understand each other more, we both know exactly like what it is that we want, and it's actually pretty good. My other relationships were just, I mean, crazy, like bad, and I would be crying all the time. We'd be breaking up and getting back together and all this stuff, and I still feel like that now. Like with this guy, it's over. Like trying to break up with him, like every 5 seconds, like, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you?" And I'm just like, I'm so scared, like that he's gonna like switch one day, and I'm just like especially with the cheating, like I'm so scared to get cheated on again.
Do you have all your relationships like they've cheated on you? Mm-hmm. And how do you feel like that? Like I feel like that like affects you like as a woman. Like
it does.
It's traumatic.
Like, yeah, I mean, I feel like for like first it like made me angry, so I was like, I'm gonna treat everybody how they treat me. Now, and I wouldn't. It's not that I was cheating on people, but I was just not caring about their feelings, you know. But then I would get over that, and I'm like, that doesn't make me feel good, you know. So I'm not gonna do that. But I think that cheating is just, it's like soul crushing, you know. Like you think that you have this bond with somebody, and for them to go and like betray you, you're like, what the hell? Like you could have just told me.
Yeah.
Like what is the point? I don't see any point in cheating. Like you could have just said, you know what, I want to see other girls. Like I'm not gonna beg you to stay with me if you're telling me that. Like like be a big boy, just say it. And it's just,
and do you feel like you would just like find out, or did you feel like you kind of had a feeling, or like?
I think the only person that I was ever really shocked by was Jaden's dad, because I was so young. And one day he called me, and I would like get ready. He'd be like, I'm gonna pick you up today, you and the baby. And I'd be there all waiting, like dressed, me and the baby. He was in the car seat, and I would just be waiting, and he would just never show up. Like I'd be waiting at the door, like never show up. Monday he'd call me back. Oh, my bad, I couldn't. Like he wouldn't call. I couldn't call him. I couldn't nothing. So one time he called me, and he was like talking shit to me, like I don't want to fucking be with you no more, blah blah. Like I was trying to be with you, but you're like this, like telling me it was me, like I was the problem.
Trying to get around you.
And I started hearing like this girl in the background. Like I thought it was. I really felt like it was me. Like it's just me, you know. Like it's something's wrong with me. And I hear like this girl talking in the background. I'm like, who is that? And then I just hear like a whoosh, like a ass smack. And she's like, "Ay, pendejo, what are you doing?" Like, and he's like, "Come here." Like he started putting the phone up, and he was like starting to talk to her, and I was like on the other line, like, and I just hung up the phone, and I was like, I just started crying. I was like, he's cheating on me. Like that was the only time I was blindsided. All the other times, I knew, like they're with their phones and putting their phones away, taking it with them every time. Like if I even like looked like I was reaching for the phone, they like tackled your ass out the window. I'm just trying to get a chip, bitch. Relax. Fuck. Like, go off. I mean, like. Everything would always come to, like, I'm not the one that's gonna go like look for it, you know. Like if I've gone through your phone, it's because I already knew something was going on, you know.
They do say that. They're like, if you have to look through a phone, like you're gonna find something. You're gonna find something. You know.
Like if you have that feeling, you know, like your instinct tells you so much. And I think that's how a lot of women like lose their power, themselves, because we're so busy trying to be like this perfect person, like for this man, and it doesn't matter what you do. Like I mean, they're trying to keep you down because that's where they want you to stay, because you are better for them when you're down there, because you're not gonna leave them. You're not gonna think, oh fuck this, like I deserve better, you know. They want you to think small. So that's why you're lost in your mom rules and your work and all this stuff, and it makes them like, oh yeah, I'm over here getting my thing, but I still get to be with her, like, you know. And keeping her there keeps her with me, so nobody else is gonna have her, you know. And then we get lost in that, and we're just begging for like these little crumbs that they give us every now and then, and it sucks. Yeah, it's sad.
How did you like get out of that and get your power back?
Well, this last time with the twins' dad, I feel like I was already like, because I knew like something was going on. I would wake up sometimes in the middle of the night, and since we were not sleeping in the same bed because we were not having a good relationship, like he wouldn't be there. So I would be like, what the hell, you know, like you know. So I think that luckily it was like a gradual like progression, so it wasn't just like all at once. But I feel like at the end, once I found out like everything, you know. And it just I was just tired already by that point, you know. I would cry and I would have my days, but I was like, what is the one thing right now that is like making me feel worse than anything? And it was like me, how I felt after I had the twins. Like I just was unhappy with my body. Like it changed so much with the twins, and I was like, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I like to work out, I like to go, you know, I like to move and all this stuff, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna work out every day. And I would dance with the babies and sing with them. And the more that I got my body together, because when I first started working out, I was doing Insanity at the house. And after I would finish my workouts, I would like break down crying. And I like, before I started working out, I didn't even feel like crying. And it was like every time I would cry, it was just like letting, like it was like I was releasing like all that stuff. So I was like, oh, okay. So now I was feeling a little bit stronger, my body was feeling a little bit better. I was in the mirror like, come on, bitch, you know who you are, bitch, come on, like come out, you know, like you can do this, like you deserve better than this, like this is what you want. And then we would argue sometimes, and I was like, you're so dumb, like I don't even know how you got me. You know, and that's how it started to turn around. Like it just started like, what am I doing? Like why am I crying over this person? Like I started going back to thinking like the whole reason why you guys were broken up when you got pregnant was because he was doing the same thing. Like this is what you want to deal with? Like he's not even good enough for you. Like and I just like started every day. Like I would get up, I would tell myself stuff, I would work out, and then I started going to the gym. And being at the gym and like lifting weights, and just the people acknowledging that you're going to the gym like at 5 a.m. like people are like, damn, you know, like that was making me feel better too. I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of cool, you know. Like I'm a gym girl, you know. And little by little, like I just started like, you're not important. And it started making myself like the main thing, the main person, my main focus. And it just made me not even care about what he was doing, you know, because he was still like trying to be with me, but still doing his same things where I knew that he was still like talking to other women. But yeah, the gym was what got me out of there and
Healed you.
Yeah, I really like, I don't know, it's just that I feel like we give them the power to say, you're not good enough, you're not keeping the house clean, you don't look good, why don't you go take a shower? Like he'd be like, go take a fucking shower, bitch. Like I'm like, well, I would if I could. Like I'm fucking, it's like you don't even fucking get ready. And I'm like, because I take showers at 10 o'clock at night when everybody's asleep, when it's time to go to bed, you know. Like what am I gonna get ready for? You're not trying to take me nowhere or anything like that, you know. So it's like they're trying to keep you there. And I was starting to feel like humiliated by him. And it was just like, it's just like, you have to remember, like you just brought life into this world. Like I was like, I just had 2 babies at the same time, fucking time. I had 2 kids in my stomach. I take care of them every day. Even when me and him would like drink or something like that, and I would be all hungover, he's there all passed out, and I was the one taking care of the kid. Like I was stronger. Like I was making food, I was taking them to their appointments. And I'm like, what the hell, I'm more badass than you. Like you just all those little things that you think are insignificant, but that's what's making everything go around. You know, like, and we just, when we're listening to these men, sometimes it's like so loud, and our self-esteem is so low. Like it just keeps you there. But once you start getting louder, then it's like
your own voice.
There's no going back. Like you just
I think once you get your power and know, like, I am a badass, like I am beautiful, like you are lucky to have me. And especially when someone doesn't really see that, like, you know, when you have a partner that just like loves and adores you, you know. And I feel like sometimes it is like that, and it's so crazy how it's such, like, I don't know if it's a woman instinct, but I always feel like every relationship I've been in, or I always feel like I have to make them happy. You know, like I always feel like I have to customize who I am, what I want to do, like, to make them happy. Like, I have to be beautiful for them. I have to be fit for them. I have to make sure dinner's done. The house needs to be beautiful. Like, my kids need to be perfect. Like, you know what I mean? And
that is the goal, but we need to do it for us.
Yeah.
Like, be beautiful for yourself. Go to the gym for yourself, because when you're doing all those things for yourself, like, it doesn't matter if they see it anymore, because you see it, you know. And it's just,
You attract that.
yes, and everything good starts coming. And now he's even like, you know, like, he'll text me like, I love you, and I'm just like, I know you do. You should love me, because I'm a badass bitch. Like, yeah.
I love that though. I love the turnaround of that. Like, your voice in your head got louder than his voice in your head.
Yeah, because I was like, I remember one time he threw a burrito at me because he's like, you don't fucking do shit. I freaking went up to him and he was eating. I was like, I just fucking made that food. I fucking slapped it off the table. He turns around and throws the burrito at me. I was like, I don't care, dude, but I did make that. And, you know, he was like all scraping it off the table. And it was like things like that I was like, you're eating the food that I made. Like, I don't do nothing. Like, well, that shit didn't just come out of the sky.
Yeah.
I know, like. And it was just like, oh man, you're gonna see. And so yeah, women, it's being a woman is so badass. Like, you have so much power that we don't even realize it. We let everybody tell us like, oh, you're not. Like, even in society, like, men get paid more, men are this, men are that, and it's like everybody's whole.
Boo.
I know. And it's just like, if there's like, you want a man that is like daddy material. Like, this motherfucker takes care of me. He buys me the stuff that I need. He gives me the love, the respect. Like, that's the type of man you want to go after. But in order for that to happen, like, you have to know that you are like a fucking, like, you're worthy of that. Because when you feel like you're unworthy, you're gonna just settle for anything. Anything and everything, even if it's just the bare minimum. Which a lot of guys, I mean, now that I go out more, I see guys and I'm like, how are girls, you know, like, going around like crying over you, and like, you, like, what are you doing that's so special? Like, it's just,
I feel like women are so amazing, and I love when I hear these stories, and like, I hear how, you know, like, you genuinely felt like nothing, like, this person literally made you feel like nothing, and then you just like rise above that. You work on yourself, and you know what the fuck you are, you know, like, you know you're a badass, beautiful woman. And I feel like I've always loved that about you. Like, I know me and you will always have like our heart to hearts, or like text each other like, oh my god, I hate my body, I hate this, I hate that, like, why is this happening to me? I'm so sad.
And I feel like when I'm down, she's up, and when she's down, I'm up. So it's like
perfect balance.
Yeah, like, once we start talking to each other, I'm like, it's okay, we got this. Like, and that's like the perfect thing, is to like surround yourself with people like that, because everybody has their days. Not every day feels like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. Especially when you wake up and you're like on your period, and you're gonna get your period, you're moody, you're mad. And I feel like when I text her sometimes, I'm like, damn, she just fucking, look at all these calories she just burned at the gym. You're like a badass. And she's like, yeah, but I did this, I did this. And I'm like, I don't care, I'm going to the gym right now because you just motivated me so much, you know. Like, it's just, it's like a really good, and after all the shit that you already do, like, you're at the gym, like, taking care of your kids, taking care of your house, all this stuff, and you're at the fucking gym. Like, damn.
Thank you. Make me feel good, man.
I
feel accomplished. But I think that's what women need, like, empowered women empower women, like, you know. And I feel like that's what it's about. You were one of like someone who I'm like consistently will like send each other workouts, or will like just kind of throw back ideas, and I feel like I do that to so many people too now. Like, and I feel like it's those relationships, like, once one woman helps you out, it's like a domino effect. Then you turn around and you know how to help another woman out, and then it just like keeps going. So I think like that's super important, and I feel like that's what we need to continue, what we need in this world, and you know, how we're going to continue empowering women, so women don't feel low and don't feel down, and you know,
that should be like something that we're preaching every single day, like, to everybody. Like, we're so like hearing all these negative things about us, these men are doing all these things to us, but That's what needs to be loud. It's like all the women all together, so that we believe it. Because it's one thing to hear, but to believe it, like in our core, like
for yourself. Yeah, girl power. Yes. And I really like that you're telling your whole story, because I feel like a lot of times we hear women say like love yourself and go to the gym and all these things, but you're willing to also talk about the struggle that got you there, right? Because a lot of times, like when we're in these relationships like this or the cycles like that, we tend to go into multiple similar relationships or get in that cycle over and over, and it feels like there's no way out, but there is. Like
exactly,
you have to decide to pull yourself out of that cycle.
You hear women all the time when they're like, I can't leave him, we have kids, we have this, and it's like, but you don't understand, like your life is gonna be so much better. It's gonna be so much better. Like, just do it for yourself. Go get up in the morning, get dressed, and then next go out into the sun. The sun makes you feel so much better. Like just little baby steps. Even if you're not at the gym, you know, even in a month, like just making little steps that take you there, because it feels like, well, I have kids with him, and a lot of women use that excuse. We have kids, we're married,
I don't have time.
Yes, and it's like,
it's too hard.
Well, he doesn't give a fuck. Why should you? Like, care about you. Put yourself first.
Someone needs to care about you.
And even if it's just you, you know, like,
that's okay.
That's how other people start caring for you. I feel like when you hold yourself to a high standard, like I take care of myself, I value my body, I value my worth, then they're gonna value your worth too. You know what I mean? And that is what happens. And I think, you know, bad people sometimes are attracted to those weak, vulnerable, like, you know, that's how they get you. And if you're not like that, they're gonna try to bring you down, you know. So I think that's just so amazing, and I feel like that's what we all need to work on. And we all have our days, you know. We all have our moments, and it's just like, just keep empowering each other and empowering yourself, and you know.
And that's one thing I think that you have to remember, is that people who are, you know, are gonna mirror back like this good, loving, healthy, respectable relationship. Like, nobody that is good or has good intentions is gonna be trying to drag you down to the ground. They're never gonna be doing that, whether it's women to women or man and woman. Like, nobody is ever, that is in a good, happy, healthy place, is gonna be dragging you in the freaking mud, you know. And one of my exes, he was like, it didn't matter what you did for me, it was never gonna be enough. I know you were always trying to make me happy, but I'm just not happy. So everything was a problem. It didn't matter if I was doing everything right, it was never going to be enough, because he was just unhappy with himself. So I was there being dragged through all his shit because he didn't feel good about himself, even though it seemed on the outside like he was all confident and he was. But nobody in life, if they're making you miserable, if they're going out of their way to make you miserable, it's a reflection of themselves. It has nothing to do with you.
And get out of there.
Yes.
Run. Run, Forrest.
To different people.
I was singing No Doubt, Runaway, but well, thank you, Meagan. I feel like that was super good, like very motivating, very inspiring.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get on my stepper right now.
It looks like so much fun. Like,
it's funny that you have a stepper, because I feel like your mom is a huge stepper. Like,
I was just thinking about your mom when I walked in and I saw it.
I know, like that's literally, we would all be watching TV and she'd be next to the couch.
And she's in good shape?
Yeah, she's always been,
like I feel like anytime people meet your mom and meet you, they're like, there's no way that she has a grown daughter.
Yeah,
like,
they never believe that she's her age or she's my mom.
How old is she?
52.
And how old are you?
28.
Oh, okay.
She looks
24,
so good. You've probably met her before.
I just don't know who she is.
Yeah, she looks
young.
so good. But I feel like she's always been really good about working out and trying to stay in shape. She does a lot of hard work. She does.
That's how I want to be. I'm like, that's my goal. I want to be a fine ass, young looking 50-year-old, like get J-Lo and all these people. But it's even better to hear like a real life like story. Like, I want to be like that.
Yeah,
like,
she definitely is.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So
we're done here. That was great. That was good. That was actually very motivating. I was like, I'm gonna put my beer down. We're just like, what time is the gym closed? No, but like, yeah, because I feel like we feel stuck sometimes. I mean, I don't have kids or anything, but like sometimes you feel like stuck in your routine or your, even if it's like just a certain job and stuff like that, and like you're never stuck. There's always a way out. It's your mentality that's stuck, basically. So that was very inspiring. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But
Thank you for having me to come and tell you my stories.
To our little vent sessions that we have. But thank you guys for listening. We like to do these little mini episodes from time to time. Make sure you guys are following us at the Prima Tapes on Instagram and TikTok, and
our YouTube videos are at the Prima Tapes _. And our videos do go up every Tuesday. Side note is like me and my sister can never sit next to each other because we will laugh nonstop. We would take a college class together and we would just look at each other and just wouldn't stop laughing for like 10 minutes.
Seriously.
Me and my cousin, the one I was really close with, we went to, you guys know the vagina monologues?
Oh yeah.
We went to that. I didn't know it was so serious, right? And there's a part where a girl starts talking, but she didn't clear her throat, so she started talking like this. And then we both, like, it's quiet, dead silent, both of us, for a while, we're just there, and then...
Like, someone get her some water.
And everybody was just like, get out of here. It was bad.
I will.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
And then we made like a sex tape. I don't know if you
didn't make a sex
What? You know what I mean?
We did a sex episode.
I just wanted to make a couple of announcements. We usually do this at the end, but I would like to talk about it here in the beginning. So,
Why'd you rip my heart?
hello, welcome back. You are. Don't laugh.
Because I can hear your hands moving.
I ripped up your heart. You are tuned in, listening to Vivi here. We are missing a couple primas. It's me, Alyssa, Stephanie. Before we get into our story today,
What the hell? It's me, Alyssa, and Stephanie.
We're not talking about this bitch.
Or this whole other person.
oh my god.
Under the table.
And we post all our uncut videos on.
I'm not even looking at you.
Okay,
I'm gonna just take a jog.